Have you ever heard a story about someone who seemed perfectly healthy one day and was gone the next? A woman named Mrs. Carroll, a retired teacher from Ohio, comes to mind. She was 68 years old, vibrant and full of life. She walked her dog every morning, ate salads for lunch, and never missed a checkup. Her friends described her as the picture of health. But one Tuesday afternoon while gardening, she felt a strange pressure in her chest and a sudden wave of fatigue. She dismissed it as indigestion, or maybe just the summer heat. Tragically, she never woke up from her nap that day. A silent heart attack took her without any dramatic warning. Mrs. Carroll's story is a heartbreaking reminder of a hidden truth that affects millions of older Americans. The danger isn't always the obvious things like smoking or a diet of fast food. Often, it's the quiet, subtle habits, the things we think are normal or harmless, that are slowly clogging our arteries day by day. Today, we are not just going to talk about preventing a heart attack. We are going to uncover these silent risks, and I'll give you simple and truly effective strategies to protect your heart so you can stay healthy, energized, and feel more like yourself again for many years to come. Making these small changes can be the difference between a future filled with vitality and one overshadowed by fear and uncertainty. I've seen countless patients transform their health with these steps, and their lives feel lighter, more comfortable, and more in control. Let's start this journey together right now. If you want to prevent a heart attack and stroke in a natural, lasting way, the very first place to start is with what you eat. This isn't about restriction or complicated diets. It is about understanding that your arteries are like the intricate plumbing system of your home. What you send down the pipes every day determines whether they stay clean and free-flowing or slowly accumulate buildup until one day a critical blockage occurs. The food you put on your plate is either a powerful cleansing agent or a substance that contributes to that dangerous plaque. The good news is you don't need a radical overhaul overnight. You just need to begin making smarter, more conscious choices. Let's explore some of these artery-cleaning foods that have been scientifically proven to help lower bad cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and cut down the risk of the very blockages that lead to heart attacks and strokes. First on our list is a tiny but mighty seed, flaxseed. Think of flaxseed as a natural sponge for your arteries. It is packed with something called soluble fiber and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha, linolenic acid or ALA. When you eat it, this soluble fiber forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract which binds to LDL, the sticky bad cholesterol that acts like glue for plaque inside your arteries. By binding to it, flaxseed helps escort that bad cholesterol out of your body before it gets a chance to stick to your artery walls. It's an incredibly simple way to keep your cholesterol numbers in a healthier range. You do not need much, just a tablespoon or two a day sprinkled into your smoothies. Yogurt or morning oatmeal can make a significant difference. Next, let's talk about a soothing and powerful beverage, green tea. For centuries, green tea has been revered in Eastern cultures not just for its calming properties, but for its profound health benefits. Green tea is incredibly rich in a class of antioxidants called catechins, particularly one known as EG-foidae. These compounds are potent anti-inflammatory agents. Imagine inflammation as a small fire constantly burning along the inner lining of your blood vessels. This chronic low-grade fire makes the artery walls rough and damaged, making it much easier for cholesterol to latch on and form plaque. The catechins in green tea act like a fire extinguisher, calming that inflammation and creating a smoother, healthier environment inside your arteries. Studies have consistently shown that regular green tea drinkers have a significantly lower risk of developing heart disease. It's a small, simple habit that pays huge dividends for your long-term heart health and healthy aging. Another powerhouse for your heart that I often recommend, especially to my older patients, is fatty fish. Specifically, fish like wild-caught salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. These fish are brimming with two very special types of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These are different from the omega-3s in flaxseed and are incredibly effective at protecting the heart. They work in three main ways. First, they are fantastic at reducing inflammation throughout the body, including in your arteries. Second, they can help stabilize the heart's electrical system, which lowers the risk of abnormal heart rhythms or arrhythmias. And third, they help slow down the rate at which plaque builds up in your arteries and can even help lower triglycerides, another type of fat in your blood that contributes to artery hardening. Aim for 2 servings a week to reap these protective benefits. Now, let us turn to a vibrant root vegetable. Beets. Beets are a fantastic and often overlooked choice for cardiovascular health. Their magic lies in their high concentration of natural nitrates. When you consume beets, your body converts these nitrates into a remarkable molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a natural relaxant for your blood vessels. It signals the smooth muscles in your artery walls to relax and widen, a process called vasodilation. This has 2 immediate benefits. It lowers your blood pressure because the blood has more room to flow, and it improves overall circulation. For older adults whose arteries may have become stiffer with age, this effect is particularly helpful. Improved blood flow means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood, and every organ in your body receives a better supply of oxygen and nutrients. And we cannot forget the humble oat bowl of oatmeal is more than just a comforting breakfast. It is a daily dose of heart protection. Oats are loaded with a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber is a champion at lowering both total and LDL cholesterol. Similar to flaxseed, it works by binding to cholesterol in your gut and preventing it from being absorbed into your bloodstream. Furthermore, oats are excellent for stabilizing blood sugar levels. This is critically important because high blood sugar can damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries, making them more vulnerable to plaque formation. For anyone with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, oats are an essential part of a heart-healthy diet. Let's not forget about beans and legumes. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, and lentils are nutritional superstars. They are high in fiber and plant-based protein, low in fat, and incredibly versatile. The high fiber content helps with both weight management and cholesterol control, 2 cornerstones of a healthy lifestyle. They make you feel full and satisfied, which can prevent overeating, and their fiber actively helps lower LDL cholesterol. Finally, let's add some spice to our lives. Anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric and cinnamon are more than just flavor enhancers. Turmeric contains a powerful compound called curcumin, which is a potent anti-inflammatory agent that helps calm the fires within your blood vessels. Cinnamon has been shown to help improve cholesterol levels and blood sugar control. Adding these spices to your cooking is an easy way to give your heart an extra layer of protection. I've seen so many of my older patients start by adding just 2 or 3 of these foods into their daily routine while consciously reducing their intake of processed foods. The results are often remarkable. Within just a few months, their blood pressure improves, their cholesterol numbers drop, and they report feeling more energetic. On the flip side, if your daily diet is still dominated by saturated fats, trans fats, added sugars, and excessive sodium, your arteries are likely facing a daily assault. Foods like fatty red meats, processed cheese, fast food, fried snacks, sugary sodas, cookies, and prepackaged meals are the primary culprits. They promote inflammation, raise bad cholesterol, and contribute to the narrowing of your arteries a little more each day. The most dangerous part is that you may not feel a thing until it's too late. The solution is not about deprivation, it's about making smart, sustainable swaps. Tomorrow morning, instead of a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, try a bowl of oats with a sprinkle of flaxseed and cinnamon. Instead of a soda, with lunch sip on a refreshing iced green tea, These small, consistent changes compound over time, creating a powerful defense against heart attack and stroke. So I'm curious, how many of these heart-healthy foods are already a regular part of your diet? Do you have a favorite one from this list? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what's working for you. And coming up next, we'll discuss the simplest lifestyle habits you can adopt right at home. No gym memberships or fancy equipment require just small daily steps that shield your heart from harm. You might be eating all the right foods, but if you're spending most of your day sitting, living with unchecked stress, not getting restorative sleep, and your blood pressure is creeping up, your risk of a heart attack and stroke remains dangerously high. This is especially true if you're in your 60s or older. Our modern lifestyle has created a perfect storm of silent risk factors that go beyond diet. Let's break down the most critical habits you need to focus on starting today. The first habit, and arguably the easiest one to implement, is gentle daily movement. So many people fall into the trap of thinking that exercise has to be intense, sweaty, and happen in a gym to be effective. That's simply not true. In fact, for long-term heart health, consistency is far more important than intensity. The American Heart Association has shown that just 30 minutes of moderate walking each day can lower your risk of heart disease by up to 30%. Think about what walking does for your body. It improves circulation, ensuring that oxygen-rich blood reaches every part of your body from your brain to your toes. It strengthens your heart muscle, making it a more efficient pump, so it doesn't have to work as hard. It helps maintain healthy blood pressure, and it's a wonderful way to manage weight. For older adults, walking is especially beneficial because it's low impact and easy on the joints. You do not need a special outfit or a destination, just a comfortable pair of shoes and the decision to move. Walk around your neighborhood, walk at a local park, or even walk on a treadmill while watching your favorite show. The key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. Second, let us talk about sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity. It's the time when your body performs its most critical repair and maintenance work. When you consistently get less than 6 hours of quality sleep a night, your body enters a state of high alert. It produces more of the stress hormone cortisol. This surge in cortisol leads to widespread inflammation, elevates your blood pressure, and can trigger irregular heart rhythms. Imagine your body is a city, and sleep is the time when the repair crews come out to fix the roads, clean the streets, and restock the stores. If those crews never get enough time to work, the city starts to fall apart. That's what happens to your body without adequate sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation has been shown in major studies to increase the risk of a heart attack by 20 to 30%. Make quality sleep a top priority. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed and ensure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. The third habit, and one that is so often overlooked, is managing stress. We tend to think of stress as purely emotional, a feeling of being overwhelmed or anxious. But stress has a profound and immediate biological impact. Every time you feel stressed, whether it's from traffic, a difficult conversation, or a looming deadline, your body's fight-or-flight response kicks in. Your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline. Your blood pressure spikes, your heart beats faster, and your blood vessels constrict or tighten. This response was designed to help our ancestors escape from a predator. But in modern life, our stressors are chronic, and this response is activated day after day. Over time, this constant state of high alert damages the delicate inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium. This damage creates a rough surface, making it easier for plaque to build up and accumulate. You don't need a 2-week vacation to manage stress. The most effective strategies are small daily practices that give your nervous system a chance to reset. Take 5 minutes each morning for deep breathing exercises. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Listen to calming music during your commute, spend a few moments in nature, or engage in a hobby you love. These small acts of self-care signal to your body that it is safe and can shift out of that dangerous fight-or-flight mode. I remember a patient of mine, a 62-year-old accountant named Robert. He didn't smoke, he rarely drank, and he thought his diet was reasonably healthy. But he worked 10-hour days, barely slept 5 hours a night, and was constantly under immense pressure to meet deadlines. One evening after dinner, he felt some mild chest discomfort and a little shortness of breath. He thought it was just heartburn from the spicy meal he had eaten. 3 hours later, he was in the emergency room in the midst of a major heart attack. He survived, but his life was forever changed. He's now on a cocktail of medications for the rest of his life and lives, with the constant fear of it happening again. Robert, story is a powerful lesson. Don't wait for the symptoms to be loud and obvious to make a change. Even subtle signs like persistent fatigue, a string of sleepless nights, unusual shortness of breath, or slight chest pressure can be your body's early warning signals. If you want a healthier heart, start with these 3 simple yet powerful things. Get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Walk for 30 minutes every day, and find a small way to manage your stress daily. So I want to ask you, which of these 3 foundational habits are you already practicing consistently? And which one do you feel you need to focus on starting today? Please leave a comment below. Sharing your commitment is a powerful first step in protecting your precious heart. Now, if you believe that a good diet and these lifestyle changes are all you need, you'll all want to stay with me, because up next, Miash, am going to reveal how to monitor the key health numbers that can literally determine whether you are on a path toward a heart attack or away from it. Most people ignore this crucial step, but it has saved countless lives. So many people believe that if they eat healthy and stay active, they've done everything they need to prevent a heart attack. But here is a critical truth that I must share with you. Keeping track of your key health numbers is what truly bridges the gap between hoping you're healthy and knowing you are. You can be eating salads every day, walking 5 miles, and feel fantastic. But if your blood pressure is silently creeping up, if your bad cholesterol is elevated, or if your blood sugar is out of control, your risk of a heart attack or stroke is still alarmingly high. And here's the scariest part about these conditions. You can't feel them. There's no pain associated with high blood pressure. There are no symptoms for high cholesterol. That's why they are called silent killers. They can be wreaking havoc on the inside of your arteries for years or even decades without you ever knowing it. This is why we have to be proactive and check these numbers regularly. Here are the core numbers you absolutely must know and monitor every 3 to 6 months, especially if you are over the age of 50. First and foremost is your blood pressure. Imagine your arteries as a garden hose. Blood pressure is the force of the blood pushing against the walls of that hose. If the pressure is too high, it's like kinking the hose. This constant high pressure damages the delicate inner lining of your arteries, creating tiny tears and rough spots. These damaged areas are like magnets for cholesterol and other substances, which then form plaque. Ideally, your blood pressure should be under 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury. Anything consistently above that level is a major warning sign that your heart and arteries are under too much strain. Second is your cholesterol panel, specifically your LDL, or low-density lipoprotein. This is often called the bad cholesterol. Think of LDL as the sticky, waxy substance that initiates the formation of plaque. When you have too much LDL circulating in your blood, it starts to seep into the damaged areas of your artery walls. Over time, it accumulates, hardens, and narrows the arteries in a process called atherosclerosis. For most adults, that LDL number should be under 100 milligrams per deciliter. If it's elevated, you are actively building the material for a future blockage. Third is your fasting blood sugar. This number should be under 100 milligrams per deciliter. When your blood sugar is consistently high, as seen in prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, it's like having tiny shards of glass flowing through your blood vessels. The excess sugar molecules attach to proteins in the artery walls, making them stiff and brittle and causing widespread inflammation. This silently damages both the large and small blood vessels throughout your body, weakening your circulation and dramatically increasing your risk of a heart attack and stroke. Finally, don't ignore your resting heart rate. This is the number of times your heart beats per minute when you are at rest. A healthy resting heart rate for most adults is typically between 60 and 80 beats per minute. If your resting heart rate is consistently high, it could be a sign that your heart is working overtime to pump blood. This can be an indicator of underlying stress, cardiovascular problems, or chronic inflammation in the body. I had a patient, a 58-year-old woman named Sarah, who felt completely fine. She was active at her job and enjoyed her weekends with her grandchildren. But during a routine wellness checkup, we discovered her blood pressure was 150/95, and her LDL cholesterol was 170. She had absolutely no idea. She felt no different than she had 5 years prior. If we hadn't checked those numbers that day, she could have been just weeks or months away from a sudden debilitating stroke. Here is the crucial point I want to drive home for you today. You cannot measure your health simply by how you feel. You need objective data. You need the numbers. You need to know exactly where your body stands so you can make informed adjustments. Before it's too late, if you're watching this and you haven't had your blood pressure or cholesterol checked in the last 6 months, please consider this your gentle but firm reminder. Schedule a wellness check with your doctor. This isn't being overly cautious. This is being a responsible steward of your own health. It's how you invest in a long, healthy future that is not controlled by illness or disability. So my question for you is this: when was the last time you had your key numbers checked? If it was recent, that's wonderful. If it's been a while, what's been holding you back? And in the next part, I'll walk you through some of the most common mistakes people make, thinking they'd reliving a healthy lifestyle when in reality, they are unknowingly moving closer to a heart attack. Sometimes it's the very things you think are normal or even healthy that are silently harming your heart every single day. Let's expose these common but dangerous misconceptions. Mistake number 1, thinking, I feel fine, so my heart must be fine. This is perhaps the most dangerous assumption a person can make. The reality is that more than 50% of first-time heart attacks happen in people who had no prior obvious warning signs, no crushing chest pain, no severe shortness of breath, no dramatic pressure, until the moment the attack hits. This is because atherosclerosis, the process of plaque buildup, is a slow and silent disease. It can progress for decades without producing any noticeable symptoms. That's why regular checkups for blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar are not optional. They are essential. Feeling healthy is a wonderful thing, but it is not a reliable indicator of your internal cardiovascular health. Mistake number 2, underestimating the power of sleep and stress. In our fast-paced culture, many people wear their lack of sleep and high stress levels like a badge of honor. They think I'll rest when I'm tired or I thrive under pressure. But your body keeps a score. Chronic stress continuously floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones cause silent inflammation in your arteries, raise your blood pressure, and make your blood stickier and more prone to clotting. Lack of sleep compounds this problem, preventing your body from repairing the daily wear and tear on your blood vessels. This deadly combination creates the perfect environment for a clot to form, which is one of the most common hidden causes of both heart attack and stroke. Mistake number 3, exercising the wrong way or lacking consistency. Some people adopt a weekend warrior mentality. They are sedentary all week and then try to make up for it with an intense workout on Saturday or Sunday. This pattern can actually put sudden and dangerous strain on your cardiovascular system. What works far better for heart health is consistency. Just 20 to 30 minutes of gentle walking a day every day is more effective and safer than sporadic intense exercise. Consistent movement improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and significantly reduces your long-term heart risk without shocking the system. Mistake number 4. Believing that extreme dieting is the key to a healthy heart. In a desperate attempt to be healthy, some people try to cut out all carbohydrates or all fats, or they subsist on only vegetables for long periods. While well-intentioned, this approach is often unsustainable and can disrupt your metabolism. Your heart and your body need a steady supply of fuel from a balanced diet of healthy carbohydrates from vegetables and whole grains, good fats from sources like avocados and nuts, and high-quality protein. The goal isn't to eat less, it's to eat smarter. It asks about choosing nutrient-dense whole foods over processed empty calories. I have met so many health-conscious individuals who were still shocked to find themselves dealing with heart issues in their 60s and 70s because they were unknowingly making one of these common mistakes. The real issue isn't a lack of effort. It's a lack of the right information and the right strategy. So let me ask you to reflect honestly. Out of the 4 mistakes I just shared, have you ever made one of them? Perhaps you've been putting off that doctor's appointment because you feel fine, or maybe you've been sacrificing sleep for work. Please drop a comment below and share. Recognizing these patterns is the first and most crucial step toward preventing a heart attack before it ever has a chance to happen. And in the final part of this video, I'll bring everything together into a simple, actionable plan. You can start today to keep your heart strong, your arteries clear, and your life feeling lighter and more vibrant every single day. We've covered a lot of important ground today. We've talked about the simple yet powerful foods that act like natural cleansers for your arteries. We've discussed the foundational daily habits of movement, sleep, and stress management that matter far more than most people realize. We've highlighted the critical numbers you need to know and track to stay ahead of silent risks. And we've uncovered the common mistakes that can derail even the best intentions. But I do not want you to feel overwhelmed by all the details. I want you to leave here today with one simple, powerful truth etched in your mind. A strong, healthy heart is not the result of a single grand gesture, but the cumulative effect of small, wise actions done consistently every single day. No one expects you to transform your entire life after watching one video. That's not realistic or sustainable. But what you can do is start with one small thing today. Just one. Perhaps you'll add a spoonful of oats or flaxseed to your breakfast tomorrow morning, or maybe you'll put on your shoes and take a brisk 15-minute walk this afternoon. Maybe your one thing is to turn off your phone and television 30 minutes earlier tonight so you can give your body the gift of rest. Or perhaps the most important step for you is to simply pick up the phone right now and schedule your next wellness checkup. Because sometimes it truly is that one small step that keeps you out of the emergency room. It is that one simple decision that helps you avoid that terrifying moment when your heart suddenly falters without warning. It's the small daily deposits into your health account that build a rich future of wellness and vitality. Now let me ask you this one last time. Of all the things we've discussed today, what will your one thing be? Will you start with eating better, sleeping more, moving more, or booking that essential health check? Please leave a comment below. I would be so honored to know what small change you'll make to stay one step ahead of a heart attack. Your commitment not only inspires you, but it inspires everyone else reading these comments. And if you found this video helpful and valuable, please share it with someone you care about, a spouse, a parent, a grandparent, a friend, anyone over 50 whose life you want to protect. Your share could be the catalyst that sparks a life-saving change for them. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. This way I can continue to walk this journey with you step by step toward a healthier heart and a better life. Thank you for investing this time in your health today. I'll see you in the next video.